Hi, it's me again. So today I just wanted to have a really quick discussion about magic mirrors. So somebody asked me, what's the story behind the magic mirror, and is it like a crystal ball, and can you see the future in it, or can you see through into other realms, and all of this stuff, and I was like, okay, that is hilarious. I mean, it's not as if these things aren't possible. Everything is possible, but the magic mirror, as far as hermetics is concerned, has legitimately nothing to do with a physical mirror of glass. This is one of the, the tools of the magician. So the initiate would, the first step of initiation is to know thyself. In order to get to know yourself from a different perspective, from a multi-dimensional perspective, you develop these magic mirrors, and it's something that you don't show anyone. Nobody can see your magic mirror but you. Otherwise, it it loses some of its power. And the power in the magic mirror is that it is not even a device per se for looking into things other than yourself. Like, nothing can be seen in the magic mirror other than you. The magic mirror is legit just, you make a list of all of your traits, good and bad, and then you categorize them by element. And in doing this, this extreme level of introspection, you discover who you are by your behavioral patterns, by your emotional reactions, and by your instinctual observations of yourself. And in doing this, you see your limitations and you see your strengths. So it is really just, the most vulnerable thing about you is your magic mirror. So that's why you don't let anybody see it. But until you know your most vulnerable assets and your most powerful assets, you don't really know yourself. So the magic mirror, you have a dark mirror and you have a light mirror. You have a black mirror, you have a white mirror, whatever. So the black mirror is just all of your, not awesome traits, My greatest character flaw, okay, according to my perception, my greatest character flaw is procrastination. I will procrastinate adulting, emotional addressing. I will procrastinate everything I possibly can for as long as I possibly can, especially adulting, especially when it makes me emotional, especially when it triggers me to feel something else. Like, I will procrastinate the hell out of stuff. And that's a negative energy. That's so I would categorize it as a water quality. It's good to have a concept of the elements associated with your personality traits, because when you list them all out like that and you categorize them in that way, now you know how to balance yourself. In my black mirror, I have an excessive amount of air and water. In my white mirror, I have an excessive amount of air and water. So my imbalance is in action and grounding. So now that I know, what I'm imbalanced in, I can re-establish balance into my life by consciously inserting fire aspects into my day or grounding aspects into my day. This is your magic mirror. It reflects who you are. It doesn't show, if you're tired or if you're hungover, if you look good, if you don't look good. Magic mirror does not give a fuck what you look like. The magic mirror is who you really are. It's the only time you can see who you really are. And looking into the magic mirror gives you a sense of introspection that reestablishes your ability to balance yourself willfully. Only when you are in balance can you have magical abilities. Only when you are in balance can you perform magical rituals or magical tasks. Can you call upon anyone? Can you visit any other dimension? Can you do anything? Only when you're in balance can you do anything beyond physical. So in order to balance yourself, you establish these magic mirrors and you look into them daily and ask yourself, not, who's the fairest of them all, but what do I need to work on? What can I do to establish balance within myself today? Because it's an everyday process, this magic mirror. Without it, you don't really know who you are. But with it, you are that much closer to being in equilibrium. And being in equilibrium is the only way that you can have any type of magic ability or clairvoyance or extrasensory perception or mediumship, like, at all. You got to know who you are. And knowing who you are gives you the responsibility to balance your personality traits in such a way as to give you access to your DNA, your third eye, your anything. When you're not in balance, you don't have access to any of those things. Balance yourself by knowing yourself. That's what the magic mirror is. Hope that answers your question. If you want to go more into it, I recommend Franz Martin, Initiation into Hermetics. I don't know if that was his first book, but it was definitely the first one of his that I ever was introduced to, and it changed my whole world. It's a step-by-step instructional guide to legit how to prepare yourself mentally, prospectively, physically, emotionally, and spiritually for magical work. So there you go.